Welcome to the session. Today we're going to talk about mastering your schedule, and I want to give you 6 keys for schedule success. And you might be saying, this seems kind of counterintuitive because we're getting ready to move into much more tactically centric training in the remaining modules of Reloaded. So why talk about a schedule? Well, two things. One is I think a lot of us are incredibly delusional when it comes to how we spend our time in our business. Most of us give ourselves way too much credit in terms of the fact that we seem to believe that we're working when in fact we're probably not. There's probably incredible amounts of schedule bleed, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, but we don't even know it. And the other reason why that we've got to do this, because if that's happening, all the tactics in the world aren't going to matter if you don't know how to manage the time so you can actually do the effective tactics. We're going to be talking about some very specific things in coming modules, from post-construction to hashtags to, all the button pressing stuff that a lot of people are really excited about. But if you don't have a schedule where you've allotted the right time for the right things and you aren't protecting that schedule, all those tactics are going to be incredible, $1 million checks just locked behind glass because you can't get them out because you don't have a schedule. And I would just say this is a way to set the table. I have so many friends in the entrepreneurial world in a variety of circles and niches. Affiliate marketers, network marketers, real estate brokers, insurance brokers and agents, brick and mortar business owners, that we've met and encountered and know to some level. And if there's a couple of success traits they share in common, one of them universally is that they have figured out a way to master their schedule. And really what we're saying in that is they've learned how to master their time. Because everybody, you've all heard it before, everybody has the same 24 hours in the day. Why is it that the person that has a job, has a family, has kids and a dog and a cat, but they have managed to work that schedule so they're killing it in their business, meanwhile the person who has those same things is drowning? Well, I would say the difference is mastery, and it's mastery of a schedule. I don't have time in a module to take you through a whole GTD, sort of getting things done, productivity workshop here, but I want to give you 6 things that have been incredibly helpful for me, and I'm working on them every day. I do not preach these as someone who is a master. I preach these as someone who is a continual student, because this is something you have to watch vigilantly, because if you let it slide, your schedule or lack thereof will eat you alive. But if you get it right, it will help you to produce massive results in your business that will leave everybody going, what? How in the world did they do it? And they'll think it's the tactics, but in fact, it's the foundation that the tactics are sitting on top of, and that's the schedule. So let's jump right in. Number 1 tip for you today, and I want you to do this right away, is to do a time tracker ASAP. What's a time tracker? It's literally either using a digital-based spreadsheet or a journal or a piece of paper, whatever it is, where you're going to track what you do for a day. And I would say do this over 2 or 3 days to get a really good aggregate set of data, but you're literally tracking everything you do, like as in everything. So got up at 5:30, write it. Went to bathroom, brushed my teeth, showered, whatever, write down how long it's taking. Went in and checked Facebook. How long were you on Facebook? It's checking how long you went to your workout, how long it took you to make breakfast, how long you spent doing certain things in your business. I mean, literally tracking everything. Because what you're going to quickly discover is that there's bleed. And what we mean by bleed is that there are pockets of time that are literally oozing away on non-productive, non-income producing, beneficial. It's not beneficial actions, maybe not even to your business, but not beneficial to you. Like when you do go to the bathroom, you do sit down, you've got something to do in there, but you end up scrolling Facebook for an additional 12 minutes. You just burned 12 minutes. That's bleed, whether you like it or not. And I'm not trying to get weird with, bathroom habits here, but we all know that we do this stuff. That's 12 minutes of bleed. So you want to do a time tracker. You want to look at it over, 1 to 3 days, because one of the worst lies we tell ourselves is that we're actually working hard when in fact we're not. I know that we want to. I think most of the times we believe we are and we're being sincere, but we just don't know what we don't know. We've never looked at it and gone, oh my gosh, today alone, I spent an hour and 15 minutes if you add it all up on social media. And none of it was as a producer, it was all as a consumer. I'm looking at everybody's, lunches, workouts, and ads. I'm not doing the stuff that I need to be doing to move my stuff forward. This is an incredibly important exercise, but sit down when you look at your numbers because it's going to hurt a little bit. But that's good because you can change it. Number 2 is you have to use a tool for your schedule. Friends, there is the schedule's in my head. No, it's not. I'll tell you what's in your head. 5,000 open tabs of information because we live in a culture and a time where we're being berated and bombarded with information. It's an ad, it's a click, it's a widget, it's a pop-up, it's a this, it's a that, and we, not to mention our regular lives, kids, dogs, cats, work, spouses, everything that we've got to do. So we have to use a tool. I strongly recommend you use a digital tool for your calendar. And don't spend $1 on it. Use Google Calendar. That's a very simple way to do it. You may use iCal if you're an iPhone junkie and Mac user like we are, but we still use Google Calendar. The reason I say digital, and I'm by proxy a paper guy and nearly everything else for journaling and goal setting and all that stuff, but I find that digital is great because it's portable, right? So when you are at your day job, but you're on your lunch break and you're looking at your calendar for that night, when you get home and the kids are done and they're gone to sleep and you're going to be working on your business, you can see what activities you got planned because it's portable. So use a tool, and don't get fixated on trying to find the best tool. The tool's the one you use. Google Cal is perfect. It'll do everything you want it to do. I am not I don't get an affiliate sale for Google Calendar signups, but that'd be great if I did. But you use a tool. I would recommend use Google Cal because you can't build a house without the tools, right? So you need a tool to build your schedule. Number 3, fill the non-negotiables in your calendar first. And this is interesting because I know some people will be like, wait a minute, what does this have to do with my business? It has everything to do with your business. I think people drown, get discouraged, get overwhelmed, get swallowed up because they haven't been feeding and nurturing and caring for the non-negotiables. So time with your family, your health, your workouts, your spiritual time, whether that's reading or going to church or Bible studies or whatever, the activities that actually feed you, like that 1 or 2 hobbies that really gives you energy, your mindset work, your time to read and journal, meditate, whatever those things are. Put those on the calendar first because these are non-negotiables. I'll give you an example. On Sundays, my Sunday is the one day that we generally do next to no work, and I'm trying every week harder to literally make it a no work day. Like I don't even come on to say hi on a post or something because I have a non-negotiable on there from 11:30 to about 3 o'clock is church for us. Our particular ward meets in the middle of the day during this particular calendar season of the church calendar. So that's the middle and the heart of our day. And frankly, it doesn't matter when the meeting time is. That is a priority. It's a time for us to get fed and to fellowship. And that is a non-negotiable. Like nothing's going to bump that off the calendar. When you think about non-negotiables, you have to think about the things that you're putting up that nothing bumps it off the calendar. And notice none of these in here yet are business. These are all family and mindset and health and spiritual and activities and community involvement, whatever those things are that you do, these have to be put in first. If I look at the litter and the trail of bodies that I've seen coming in and out of entrepreneurship over the years, when I think about myself, when I've been ready to quit, and guys, I've been ready to quit 600 times. I've had some brutal periods in my business. I mean, I understand it. But if I look at that, chances are that my non-negotiables were getting pushed off. I wasn't getting good time with my family. I wasn't spending time reading and working on my mindset. I wasn't exercising. I wasn't doing my spiritual activities that are important to me. I wasn't doing those things. So if you want to preserve yourself and build up your armor a little bit for the hits that you're going to take in your business, make sure to fill the non-negotiables in on that Google Calendar first. Number 4, chunk your IPAs. Now, IPAs are income-producing activities. Now, these have got to get on your calendar. So you need to chunk them, though. And what I mean by that, I would strongly consider have one day be the day where you shoot all your videos for the week. Because once you get into video mode, just be in video mode. Shoot 2 or 3 videos that day and be done with it. And then you can post them, whenever your posting times are on your content calendar that we discussed in the last module, or the last session rather. And so that way you're loaded up with content. Make sure that you're putting those key, like in the morning, maybe if it's bright and early before the kids wake up, or if it's after everybody goes to bed. If you're loading up your scheduler for your posts, chunk that. Be like, okay, this 30 minutes is when I am loading up the schedule for all my posts for tomorrow for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like chunk them, put them together. Because if you put like-minded tasks together, not only will you get more done, but you'll move the needle more because you're actually intentionally pushing the activities that work and that actually are going to help your business grow the most. Notice, I didn't say just chunk busy work. Chunk the income-producing activities. The first business activities that should go on your calendar are the ones that either directly make money or potentially make money. And then when I say potentially, there's actually a straight line that'll get you there. I mean, like, these are the posts with a clear call to action. This is the blog post that has links and sidebar widgets to get people to go where they need to go. If you don't know what that means, for the love of all that's holy, get Blog Mastery. It's which hour of the day or which half hour are you going to do a chat hustle? If you don't know about the chat hustle, I implore you, group, get a hold of Chat Mastery. When I said that over the weekend, that the people that partner Chat Mastery, Blog Mastery with what they're getting ready to do in the last 12 sessions of Reloaded, wow, like get that stuff, guys. It's all in the group. Make sure you take advantage of it. But the point is, you've got to get those things on the calendar that are actually moving the needle, not the things that you just do to keep yourself busy. I don't have time to go through this right now, but a lot of us will put things on our calendar. We think they're income producing, we think they're business, but in fact, they're procrastination duties, they're stall tactics, and they're paralysis mode. They're hiding. We talked about this in session 1. We'll do things that'll keep us busy and we can go, look, I'm working on my business, when in fact we're hiding. It's very different than putting on your calendar every night between 7:30 and 8:15, I'm going to chat hustle. And you go, well, I don't know how to do the chat hustle. Get Chat Mastery. Do that today, okay? Done. All right, now, number 5, protect your schedule at all costs. Friends, you have to be the enforcer. You're like the guardian at the gates. When you get your schedule up and it's set, you have to protect it because the world, your friends, your family, the dog, the cat, life will do whatever it can to sabotage your schedule. Not intentionally, it's just the inertia of living, right? Like you'll be going along and it'll be like, Crystal, for instance, is getting on the phone here in like 5 minutes in our business, all right? There's 15 things around the house that she does as a mom and as a wife that she could get involved in and go, well, I got to work on these things real quick. But the reality is, no, what's on the schedule right now is dialing. Like this is, you have to not only protect it, but you have to enforce it. You have to protect it from people invading your schedule, but you have to enforce it on yourself. As an entrepreneur, solopreneur, whatever you call yourself, if you're thinking that you don't have a boss, you're wrong. Your boss is your calendar. It is telling you what to do. And it is merciless because you have the option. In my religious tradition, we call it your agency. You have the agency to say no, but there will be a penalty. You will pay the price. If Crystal doesn't get on the phone and dial today and set appointments, and I don't run in the field and sell, there'll be a price to pay. The price will pay will be like, oh, there's nothing in the bank account, right? So your calendar is your boss. Enforce it and protect it at all costs. Finally, number 6, I would highly encourage you guys to get an accountability partner, whether it's in your business or maybe a business partner or maybe someone right here in Reloaded. I would really encourage that. I think that's a great thing. We used to say this all the time in EM3. Look, accountability is not easy. I don't have time to teach on that because I've got 1 minute and 15 seconds left, but accountability is no joke. You want to make sure that you are someone's holding you accountable to say, hey, share your schedules with each other. Share your calendars with each other. And they see the calendar and they're like, hey, wait a minute. You said you were doing a video here. I didn't see a video on your feed. What are you doing? Not in an accusatory way, not in a way to bust your chops, but to go, hey, I'm holding you accountable because I want you to succeed and we're holding each other accountable. So get an accountability partner. So do a time tracker, use a tool for your schedule, fill in your non-negotiables, chunk your IPAs, protect it at all costs, get an accountability partner, and you'll be ready to go for the tactics that are coming. And I'm excited. See you in the next module.